I quickly wanted to take a moment to share with you the makeup items that I have in my current makeup basket. And these are items that have been in here since I stopped uploading videos, and I believe it was March I stopped uploading videos. It could have been April. It could have been February. I honestly don't know at this point, but since I stopped uploading videos, this has kind of been the makeup that's been in use that I've been focusing on. So I'm going to share that with you. Starting with a whole bunch of eyeshadow. First of all, I have this little quad that I made of MAC shadows. We have these have been in here for a while, and I just sort of repressed them, and I've even hit pan again on one shadow. So we have Dazzlelight, Brule, which I've hit pan on, Espresso and Cork. And even if I just if I don't have a lot of time in the morning, I will just use these 4 eyeshadows, but I always use Dazzlelight and Brule every day. Brule to set brow bone and crease and such, Dazzlelight for inner corner highlight, and I'm just really enjoying having these 4 just workhorse products in my makeup basket. And yeah, I will continue to just focus on using these guys until either I get super bored or I use them up. But I also have this little clutch of eyeshadow palettes I've been using as well. This one is possibly one of my most used eyeshadow palettes I own. This is the Courage palette from Makeup Revolution. It's part of their Wild Animal collection that they did about 2 years ago, I want to say. I think they did it in the fall of 2019, but this is the Courage palette. They did a special over Valentine's where you could get this for free, and so I have a backup of this. I was so stoked to have another one, but it's also in the clearance section for like £3. I'll hold it a little bit closer so you can see. Like, for me, this is a well loved and well used palette. Particularly, there's a very big dip in this shade. This one, just in this corner, has a big dip, and then some of the shades over here have a lot of usage on them as well. For me, this is a very well used palette. For other people, it's like, oh, you barely use it. But yeah, for me, this is a well loved palette. I love the colours and just the leopard print aesthetic about it. I mean, I'm big on the leopard print. I used a bunch of Juvia's Place palettes. I picked up some around Christmas time, and I even went on eBay. I did have a video showing all of my new palettes, but that was lost in the blue screen of death incident, so you'll see them in dribs and drabs. This is the Mauves from Juvia's Place. I really love this palette. I believe it was Paulina from Polly's Beauty that said that this shade was very similar, or at least had a similar vibe to oh gosh, what was the name from the Amrezy palette? The name has slipped my mind now, but there is a shade that she absolutely adores in the Amrezy palette, so much that she got a second Amrezy palette just for the shade. But the name escapes me, but this has a similar vibe to that eyeshadow, and I love it. I love the way that eyeshadow looked on her, and this had a similar vibe, so I tried it out, and I'm like, oh, it's beautiful. And then you've got all these beautiful mattes on the edges here, and it's sort of a cranberry shade. It's a very, very nice palette. I mixed it with these 2 palettes. We have the Saharan and Sarahan II, which I believe Saharan II has been discontinued now, which is such a shame. The Saharan palette I am in love with, particularly this xoxo, I think it's called, and Zoya. These 2 shades are just amazing. I would often go into this palette just for Zoya. I used it a lot. I did a few smoky shades with Kia. Used Chad as a liner, and Fula and Lulu. They're great lid shades also, but I just generally love this palette too. This one I actually ended up picking up off eBay because, as I said, I believe it's discontinued, and again, this was a Paulina Beauty inspired purchase, mostly for the shade Zora. It's like the redishy matte shade in the bottom there, and it is divine, but so are all of the mattes on the bottom here. They're all divine. This is a gorgeous inner corner. It's very bold, called Aziza. It's a very strong gold undertoned highlight, and then you've got your goldeny melon shades. These two I really want to do something with. I think that this will be like a beautiful inner corner highlight for like a bluey mermaid look at some point. I don't even want to attempt to say it because it's like Chef Shawan, I don't know. But there's that. And then I pulled out my Tartlette palettes. Like, when was the last time you used your Tartlette palettes? Apparently I hadn't used them very much at all. This is the Tartlette in Bloom. I've used this, I had used this a fair bunch. But it's nice to have it back out using all like these like rosy neutral tones around here, and then you've got a cooler toned row that would be at the top, but I'm showing it upside down. But I haven't really used those ones a whole lot at all. And then you've got your basic shades, which I've used the matte cream shade in this a fair amount. I don't know if you can see the dip that's going on in there. But then the original Tartlette palette, I don't think I'd used at all. I mean, it looks fairly intact. It's hard because I've got the big window shining on it, but it's pretty much just intact. Again, I've mostly just been using like the dark shade, the black shade of the liner, and the dark matte browns. But I reached into this a fair bit. And then we have the Whatever palette from Colourpop, which I enjoyed a lot. This shade, Mr. Brightside, if they had this as a single, I would buy it. I will be, if I, sorry again, there's a good chance that I could go through this palette quite easily, and because the texture of these eyeshadows, particularly the mattes, they're very powdery. If you see this Maybe Later shade here, it kicks up a lot of dust when I use it. Same with Pink Slip. So yeah, I'll be going through my eyeshadow collection to see if I have anything similar to Mr. Brightside. But yeah, I really enjoy this eyeshadow palette. It's what I have on at the moment, and again, it's an inspiration from Paulina Beauty. In fact, I could probably do a video just on the makeup she's inspired me to purchase. On to everything else in this basket. For primer, I've been using the Hydra Matte primer from Makeup Revolution, or Revolution Pro. I was finishing off the Max Factor Facefinity. It's now done, so I've moved on to this one. I have two liquid highlights in here. This one is the No. 7 Skin Illuminator, which has very little left in it. And then we have the Ultra Strobe Cream from Revolution, which is such an old product. I just want to get it used up, so I'm sort of integrating these two into my makeup usage. For foundation, I do actually have 3 foundations in here, although one of them I haven't actually used, I don't think. The NYX HD Foundation, I know there's not a lot left in it, so I just kind of threw it in here thinking, oh, I'll work on it throughout the year, and I just haven't really touched it. So yeah, I have been mostly using the Lancome Tone Idole Ultra and the CC Revolution Pro, which I recently picked up 2 more shades of. This is in the shade F0.1, and I keep hearing people saying this is going to get discontinued, which I love this stuff. It's so nice. So I picked up, because I thought this was an F1, I picked up F1 and F0.5, and then I realised this was in 0.1, so now I have it in 3 different shades. But it's fine, it's fine. I've got a bit of a tan this year, so the F1 will probably be great this summer. But I've been seriously enjoying the Idole Ultra. You need to use so little of it. I've forgotten how little of this foundation you actually have to use. I did finish up a couple of... No, just... I'm looking at my empties. I think I've only finished one foundation up this year. But I did make a big dip in other foundations. These aren't the only foundations that I've used. I will say that. I have had other foundations dip in and out of here. But I really should get cracking with this guy because I remember enjoying it, and I know there's not a whole lot in it, and I have had it a long time. So there's that. For concealer, I have 3 concealers in here. Yes. I have the Conceal and Define from Makeup Revolution, which I tried to take the stopper out, and it is like impossible to remove. It is completely... I don't think you can see the scraped bottom in there. You can see it, but it is pretty much scraped to the sides there. It's almost empty. I think if I focused on it for like maybe another couple of weeks to a month, it would be done. I've also been using the high definition concealer from Smashbox, mostly for colour correcting, just a little bit in the inner corners, and then the Born This Way concealer from Too Faced, which is actually the other foundation that I was using. I moved it out to put the HD in. I was using the Born This Way foundation, which I've actually come to like. For a long time I didn't really like it, but now I do like it. I do get on well with it. I don't think I'd repurchase it once it's finished, but I do get on well with it. It plays well with mixing with the liquid illuminators, which is why there's 2 liquid illuminators in here. Sidetrack. But yeah, I'm enjoying the concealer. Just working my way steadily through them. I've come to enjoy the Conceal and Define concealer. I used to hate it, but I've come to enjoy it. I have a really hydrating skincare routine these days. I will have a video coming up about that soon. And I think that's had such a positive impact on my makeup and the way it sits. So now, yeah, I'm getting along a lot better with my products. So those are the concealers I'm using. For powder, I do have 2 powders in here. I have the Laura Mercier Candle Glow in here, which I don't use it, but I don't take out either. I mostly actually just use this as a finishing powder on the times that I do use it. It's like you can see how sheeny that is. But yeah, I just kind of use it to blend everything together, but I'm going for a more like glowy, less powdery look, so I don't use it at the moment. In this compact isn't the number 7 powder, it's actually the Ben Nye powder. I just dumped some out and pressed it, and I found it's been the easiest way to use the Ben Nye powder. So I will probably continue to repress until I've used that Ben Nye powder out, because I think it would be safe to say that Ben Nye powder in Buff, I think it would be safe to say it is my oldest powder. So we're going to carry on repressing that. For bronzer, I have a couple of bronzers in here. This one I've thrown in, but I've only used a handful of times. It's the Makeup Forever Profusion in the shade 20M of Jaclyn Hill fame. Again, I've had this a really long time. It is a really nice bronzer. It's just I want to use up the other bronzers that are in here. I finished Orgasm, guys. I finished Orgasm. Are you proud? Are you proud? I just used it every day until it was gone. This is my mix of Laguna, Bali Sands from Becca, and Dim Light from Hourglass. And last time you guys saw it was repressed. I now have a big massive pan on it. It's very thin around the edges. Again, if I just plug away at this, it's gonna be done, which makes me super happy. Another bronzer that I threw in here was the MAC bronzer, which I have been using on and off. I tend to go between this one and the NARS. Again, this is a really old bronzer. I've had it since like 2014, I want to say. Yeah, I've had this since like 2014. I just need to get this guy used up and Oh, we're working on it. We're working on it. We're getting there. It's cool. It's fine. I do have a cream bronzer in here, but again, it's just kind of been languishing at the bottom of the basket. I feel like every time I turn my head, it's creating white light. I apologize. It's the Aphrodisiac Cheek Blush, Super Shock Cheek from Colourpop. I really just need to use it and get it moved out. So I might make an endeavoured effort to do that really soon, because it's just, you know, when you see a product just sitting in your makeup basket for a long enough period of time, it's actually kind of starting to irritate you that it's there. That's how I'm starting to feel about this. I have a cream blush in here that I have been using and enjoying. This is the Rosy for Autograph in English Rose Flush. As you can see, I'm getting a bit of a dip going on in there, which I'm super, super happy about. So yeah, I think if I plug away with this guy, I could probably get it finished by the end of the year. The current blush I'm working on is actually my Chanel blush. Hi. For blush, since I finished my Orgasm, I pulled out this one because I was watching Meg's Makeup talk about a Chanel blush that she really liked and was like repurchasing a new formula, and I was like, well, I have a Chanel blush that I've had for a very long time. So I figured I would pull it out and start using it, and I've been super, super enjoying it. This is in the shade Evocation, and it was actually a limited edition collection one. It was, one day I just went to Boots after work and I spent like £100 of Boots points and got a blush. I think I got boy lipstick and an eyeliner in amber. Luna's sitting on the window clinking with the nail polishes. She likes to organise them. So I've been using this blush a lot and really, really enjoying it. You do, don't you? For highlight, I have two products in here. I'm still working my way through my Becca Moonstone. There is the tiniest little bit here. The tiniest little bit. We're almost done with it. Oh no, this isn't Moonstone. Forgive me, this is Vanilla Quartz. But yeah, we're almost done with that. And then I have this guy. This is Solar Crush from Estee Lauder. I have been lusting after these since about May last year, May 2020. And I actually ended up picking a bunch of them up on the whole set, the whole collection off of eBay. I will have a video coming up about that really shortly. This one is actually a demo one that was supposed to go out on... Okay, darling. This is actually supposed to be a display model that was never put out. So yeah, I managed to get, I believe these were supposed to be $36 or $38.50 per one, and I managed to get them all for less than the price of one off of eBay, either unused or lightly used. So yeah, I'm so happy to have them. They are just, yeah, so happy. Oh, I forgot there is actually another blush in here. This is Desert Rose from MAC. It has a little bit of heart pan, but it's fine. I will sometimes use this just by itself, or I'll put it as a base and then put the Chanel on top for a little bit more of a colour, because the Chanel one is a bit of a wash of shimmer. Well, a wash of sheen. It's not really shimmery. But I really love the Desert Rose blush. It just kind of been sitting at the front of my blush drawer for ages, just like taunting me. Use me, it says, use me. So yeah, we have that. And finally for face, we have sprays. One which I've just finished, the Collection 2000 Dewy. I know it changed, it's just Collection now, but it's like so ingrained in my brain I can't help but call it Collection 2000. But the Dewy makeup fixing spray is done now, and I've pulled out the Glow Fix from Revolution. I think they've discontinued this one. So yeah, we're working on this guy now. And then onto brows, which is a lot. There's a lot of brow stuff here. Some of which isn't being used. Quite a lot of which isn't being used. Sorry, little hiccups. Is that it all? I think that's it all. So I have the Anastasia brow pomade. That's all I have left of mine. I say that's all, it took me years to get it there. But I haven't been using it. I thought I would use it all the time, but just no. What I have been using is the Faux Brow from XX Revolution. This is all I have left of it. It's very similar to the Stay Perfect one from number 7. Then we have the XX Fine Brow, and I have my 2 Avon ones. They're both glimmer sticks. One is in light brown and one is in brunette. And then I have this Wonder product. This is from e.l.f. and it is basically just brow wax in a stick. And I got it for free with a purchase. But yeah, it's great stuff. I love it. Then we have some other eye products, which I need to clear some of these out anyways. We have the Urban Decay Primer Potion, which is still going strong. We have the Estee Lauder Sumptuous Extreme Mascara, which is bad. I tried it out and it just made my eyes water like crazy, so we're calling that Dunzo. This is the Color Trend Turbo Lash Mascara from Avon. I actually really loved this. I picked them up in the clearance section to do like Lucky Dip bags with fairs, and now I'm stuck with a bunch of them, but it's actually really good. So I have like 5 or 6 tubes of this and I'm so happy because I love this mascara so much, but unfortunately it's been discontinued, so once I've gone through them I'll have to find something similar. It just gives you like nice soft fluffy lashes. It just has this sort of very classic sort of ovally natural fiber bristle mascara, and I'm like gaga for it. Then we have the Avon 5-in-1 Genius Mascara. I think this one's still available. I'm not clued up on my Avon products anymore, to be honest, guys. And this is very sort of hourglass shaped almost, with the plasticky bristles, and this is really good for definition and length. Much like the Chubby Lash from Clinique. In fact, it's very similar to the Chubby Lash, except the Chubby Lash doesn't have an hourglass shaped brush. But yeah, I'm just kind of working my way through mascaras and seeing what's still good. And yeah, speaking of things that aren't still good, this is the Zoeva Black Box Cat Pen Liner. This is dry. It's going. There was another, so not another eyeliner product. It was in my hand the whole time. The matte liquid liner from NYX. I put this on every so often. I'm more into the black powder liner, like using black eyeshadow as a liner with this brush. It's the brow line brush from Zoeva, but it's amazing for stamping on eyeshadow as a liner. So loving that. Then I have my Estee Lauder Emerald Vault, which I need to sharpen. And I've just been throwing this in the waterline with whatever look, and it's just been kind of working. Then lastly, I have 2 cream shadows, pencils. We have Glistening Ray and Golden Copper. These are the Stay Perfect shadow pencils from number 7. So if you're looking for a good shadow pencil product, and you're in the UK, I'm not sure if it's in the US yet, or if they have that range in the US, that part of the range, because I know, is it Walgreens? They carry number 7. I can't remember. But these are really good. They basically look the same. So they're basically the same. It's just they're both golds. One's a lighter gold and the other one's a darker gold. This one is actually really broken. So I'm just careful with the, see, there it goes, it's constantly falling off and yeah, almost getting lost. So yeah, enjoying those both. And then lastly, we have a bunch of, oh wait, no, there is one other eye product in here. It's Vintage Selection from MAC, which Waslem Edition is now part of their main range. I don't reach for this as often as I do the shadow pencils, because obviously you need a brush with this, but it's in there. I've been using it. But onto lip products. I have 4 lip liners of the Charlotte Tilbury Iconic Nude. the Estee Lauder Mocha, which needs sharpening because I use this a lot. And then I have two Avon ones, one in Mysterious Mauve, which is really nice. And then we have Simply Spice, Simply Spice, which is like a brownie, a matte brownie. It's like mocha, but without the sheeniness. I have a lip gloss from Bare Minerals in Tantalize, a matte lip cream in Boss, both of which are almost finished. I have one lipstick in here in Honey Bun, which I've used a fair amount of, but it's like a yellowy brownie nude. So it's just a yellowy brownie nude. And that is everything that's been in my makeup basket for the last 3-ish months, 4-ish months. There's been a few things come in, a few things come out, but mostly these things. I mean, I don't have all these eyeshadow palettes in at the same time. They've sort of dipped in and out. But now I am ready to change it up a bit and pick different things. So I will have another video coming up showing you what I'm going to be using in my makeup basket going forward. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I will try and link as much as I can in the info box. We'll see, because a lot of this stuff is probably discontinued. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.